We are going to start the show by talking about Mohamed Salah. 73.3% of the voters, you guys voted Mohamed Salah as boss. Gets a goal, gets an assist. And Errol, that was, listen, it's one performance. You don't have to go over the top in terms of what it means going forwards, but that felt like a bit of a throwback Mo Salah back to his best type performance there. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, I'm all for the Salah loving today. I'm not gonna lie, because it was a brilliant performance by him, to be fair as well. And I think especially in that second half, he does really come into his own in terms of the way that he's, again, just running in his defender. He had that poor lad on, he had him on toast for large parts of that second half, and at times it borderline violation in the way that he was just kind of constantly grilling him, cooking him down that wing. But yeah, no, it was good to see Salah playing with a smile on his face, with that level of confidence. If I'm just talking about his penalty as a standalone moment as well, it's probably one of the best pens I've ever seen him take. The way he steps up for it, the confidence, the connection, the way that he just puts it top bins, it was a brilliant finish by him. And again, I think it's just more in keeping with the whole team performance. It was a bit of a slow burner for Liverpool. I think Brighton deserve a lot of credit for that first half, how they approached things. 20-25 minutes into the game, they seemed fairly comfortable. Liverpool hadn't really tested them. But Liverpool grew into the game, and again, it was players like Salah, it was players like Gakpo, not Florian Wirtz, sorry, it was Milos Kerkez that really started to make the game their own. And again, I think Salah's work rate, his output, again, it's there. He gets an assist, he gets a goal, and they are the hallmarks of a all-round good performance from Mohamed Salah. So I think he'll take a lot of confidence from it. I think he'll take a bit of relief that, you know, he's back again amongst the scoring in this Liverpool team. He's an important part of this Liverpool team performing and doing well. And I just think for everybody involved in Liverpool at this moment in time, the better that he plays, the better that he performs, I always think Liverpool has so much more of a chance of winning games of football, because if Salah's at the races, 9 times out of the 10, the team are there right behind him, pushing him to push us over the line.
Yeah, get him in that box category, get him where he needs to be, get him up on that board. There we go. I felt today as well, he sensed early, I think, that he had Kadioglu and he had his number. He beat him once early on, and then from then on he was like, that's why I go back to saying Mo Salah of old, where it's been a while since we've seen Mo Salah just go one-on-one with his fullback and beat him. There were a couple of times, actually it felt a bit odd, because I'm just so used forever of teams doubling up on Mo Salah. It felt like they left him on an island a little bit. If anything, they would double up on the other side. Cody Gakpo felt like he was the one who was being doubled up on. And listen, he stole Kadioglu's lunch money. There's just no other way around. He had him on toast. He pushes him on the floor for the goal. A couple of times he just brushes past them. It did feel like, it felt like man against boy a little bit all day. You know what I mean? And that ruthlessness from Salah, he had a smile on his face, but I think he knew all day, I fancy this battle, and he got his just rewards. Again, he wins the penalty, he has the little layoff for the goal. It was, yeah, again, smiling but ruthless from Mo Salah in that battle that he knew he had the best of.
It really, really was. I think maybe he was looking at it, and a bit like you there saying, when he's thinking, wow, there's not 2 men on me. I've got a little bit of space. I can only focus on really just taking, just dealing with this one fullback at a time over and over. And I think that just played into his confidence, and his levels just seemed to go through the roof. I don't know if you've got any numbers in terms of his actual all-round performance over there at the desk, but definitely that layoff into the path of Dominic Szoboszlai was just well weighted. Ball from Cody Gakpo just falls to Salah. Salah again, I think some of his touches, I think there was one in the first half, I think if I'm right in saying, where he's kind of got his back to goal and he just kills it dead right underneath him and just rolls his man. Even in those moments, it was all fluid. It didn't seem busy or stop-start in any sense for Salah. So I really did think that, again, on his day, we know what he possesses. We know how good he can be. But in terms of just that delivery and that output, once again, he's undeniable. The numbers speak for themselves. And in a game where Liverpool really did need it, because I wasn't wholly convinced that front three was the right makeup for the front three today. I appreciate that we didn't have many options to really to choose from or chop and change. But Salah really did step up. He was really integral in that second half. And it was at a time when I genuinely felt that, we were saying it in comms, Brighton won't be discouraged that they're only 1-0 behind at half-time going into 50, 60 minutes. They will fancy their chances of being able to bring on their big boys off the bench and throw the kitchen sink at this Liverpool team and see if we can kind of weather their storm late in the game. But Liverpool just removed that. We just took that option off the table, and Salah was a massive part in that. As I say, that touch just kills it dead, puts it into the path of Dominic Szoboszlai, and he makes no mistake about it. There's the assist. And then in terms of the third goal, he's just a man possessed, mate. He literally just said, You can't get the ball off me. I am going to run past you, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do, and then I will work my way into the box. And once he was into the box, he did look like he wanted to try and get his shot off, but the Brighton players were just crowding him, got too tight, and eventually I think it's Gross that just puts the foot in, gets the wrong side of him, puts the foot in, sends him over, and like I said already, mate, he made no mistake from the spot, and that is the level of confidence and the ruthless side that we have missed so dearly from Mohamed Salah this season, but that was top tier ruthlessness, and again, it was just good to see.
Yeah, like you said, playing with a smile on his face, which was good to see after he's had a bit of up and down time, season, controversies, the lot. In terms of the stats, like you mentioned before, he has 5 shots, 2 on target, 2 of which were blocked, 3 out of 4 successful dribbles. He again, didn't have to do too much going back the other way, but again, goal and assist are the main ones, added to the fact of an 84% pass accuracy, which isn't always the case with Salah. No, sometimes he can be a little bit loose, and actually passes in his own half, which is actually a good start. He's getting back and delivering 7 out of 8, 88%. It was a really strong performance all round from Mo Salah. He did, again, getting back and helping out a little bit on the cover as well was good to see. I got to go back to it. It's a throwback performance, and again, we'll see how it goes down the line. And again, you know, one thing doesn't mean that Salah's now back and everything's fine again. I think even he'd probably admit, if he'd asked himself, it's been a little bit up and down, but that reminded me that was much more like Mohamed Salah. And yeah, long may that continue. If he plays well, and even when he's not playing well, Mo Salah will still get contributions in terms of goals and assists. If he can start improving the performances a little bit as well, yeah, then there's much more to come for Liverpool, hopefully again, in both in the domestically in terms of the league and in the 2 cup competitions that they still remain in. So yeah, fantastic. I agree 100%. I'm surprised it was only 73% of people who voted him as boss. It probably should have been much more than that, because I thought Liverpool's Egyptian King was fantastic on the day, and like I say, most of you guys did too. If you've watched or listened to this as a clip on YouTube or our free podcast service, head on over to Redmen Plus, go and download the app, and you can have the entire show. We're going to talk about every single player and rank them from back to front. So yeah, go and get yourselves over there now. That was a clip from our player ranking show. To check out the full show, head on over to the Redmen Plus app.